It's Lorraine Segovia, and I'm Greg Welsh. And we'll be interviewing Kerri Gawryn, the director of A Lovely Day, a wonderful documentary about a hip-hop program in Oakland.
That is being presented at the film festival in Nashville, Tennessee.
My name is Kerri Gawryn.
Well, it's interesting, Kerri, because with my accent it will sound a little bit funny. But Kerri Gawryn.
Right? Sounds good.
Beautiful. Well, Kerri, this is the radio show of La Noticia on Radio Free Nashville. And we are here to ask you, first of all, if you are enjoying the Nashville Film Festival here in Tennessee.
Yes, I am enjoying it very much. I actually arrived for opening night, so I've been here for a few days now, and it's been really lovely. I've had a really good time. Everybody's very nice, helpful, supportive, and it's been great.
Beautiful. Yo he disfrutado mucho tu película, A Lovely Day, y creo que fue una película muy linda, y me gustaría que me digas un poquito más de la historia de la película.
She really enjoyed the movie. It was very nice, very beautiful, and she'd like to hear a little bit more of the history of it, the story of how you came to shoot it.
Okay, I actually started pre-production on the film in 2006, and I was interested in making a film about youth and the experience of young people growing up in Oakland, and I wanted to find a way for them to be able to express themselves in a medium that was comfortable for them. So I started doing research on programs in Oakland that worked with youth and used art as a way for young people to be able to tell their stories. So hip-hop was a very natural media, and I started doing research in 2006, 2007 programs in Oakland, and one of the programs I found was Beats, Rhymes, and Life, which uses hip-hop as a way to provide mental health services to youth.
Now, had Beat, Rhymes, and Life been around for how long has that been an entity in Oakland, just out of curiosity?
Yeah. So 2010, they had been there 5 years, so they started in 2005. So I met Tomas Alvarez in 2007, so they had been in existence for 2 years at that point. And then him and I stayed in touch for 2 years, and we began filming in 2009.
A Lovely Day, en español, un lindo día, si esa sería la traducción correcta. Would you tell me what were the reasons or the motivations that you had together this beautiful documentary?
My background is in art, but also being as a social worker. I was a youth advocate for many years, and I worked with young people at a nonprofit organization. So my motivation was really that I wanted to use film as a way to give young people a voice for expressing their experiences, and also be able to put that out into the world so that people viewing the film would be able to have a deeper understanding of what it's like to be a young person, to grow up in the Bay Area, Oakland specifically.
Could you tell us a little bit, you mentioned in the Q&A after the film, about the kids and being more comfortable. Can you relate a little bit of your relationship, your crew and you with them, and how it grew over the semester?
Yeah, I met the youth in December 2008, and we began filming in January 2009. So I met them just a few weeks before we brought the camera and sound equipment in, and they were very sweet and very open from the beginning. They were very excited about having a movie made about them, so I definitely didn't have a feeling at all that I was intruding or sort of necessarily. I didn't feel so much as an outsider, because I was welcomed by the youth because they were so excited about the film. But of course, like, they're talking about, you see in the film that they're talking about very personal subjects. They're very vulnerable on camera, and so that definitely requires a sense of trust with myself as the interviewer and the camera crew, the film crew as well. So I think just naturally over the months that we were filming, they just became more comfortable as they felt that they knew us better and they could trust us more and trust what we were doing. So I think that just, the footage that we ended up using towards the end was very genuine, and in the beginning it was fun, but they were just a little more reserved. So.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Al principio del film yo me di cuenta que ellos estaban un poquito tímidos. Sin embargo, después me di cuenta también de que ellos se sentían más cómodos con tu presencia. Entonces, tú me puedes decir que si tú crees que en alguna forma tu film, tu documental les ha ayudado a cambiar un poco la historia de su vida.
Yeah, she noticed too that they were a little reserved at the beginning. You could tell there were parts, and then they became more relaxed. But what was the last part? How your documentary changed their
Que
lives?
si tú crees que
Oh,
si
if you
ella-
believe that how your documentary might have changed their lives, and also how did it step off after that? What have some of the kids done since you wrapped?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. People have, we showed the film in Oakland and had a Q&A with the youth, so that question was asked by the youth, and they had very interesting answers. And my perspective is that I feel like it made a really positive impact on them to know that there were people, us as the camera crew, but that we represented a larger audience of people that really were interested in what they had to say and what their experience was. And I felt like that just by being in the film, there was something very validating for them, that their voice was important, that it was valuable, that it was important, that it was worth spending time and money on, because they were very aware of the fact that the film cost money to make. They knew it wasn't, sort of an amateur kind of student project where we threw it together. They were very aware that it was a professional, high production quality film. So I think that just being a part of that gave them a sense of importance, that that they were speaking something that was worth hearing. And that also I think you can see in the film with DeMonte, the older of the two cousins, actually talks about how they are sort of representing like a youth cohort, and that they are hoping that other young people in Oakland would look up to them and look up to what they were doing. And so I think they took their role as being a voice for youth in Oakland very seriously. I think that they were very aware that they were speaking for a larger audience, and in fact I think they do that, because the film has been seen by other youth, and it's going to be on public TV in California, so there will be other young people that are going to see it. And I think they do a really good service for those youth, because they kind of validate their experience as they grow up, and they, go through that process of becoming a young adult, to see someone else speak about that as well.
So, and that is why exactly I asked you that question. Because one thing is for you, if you're an artist, you would like to, if you want to sing, but it's very rare and very difficult to be able to see yourself. And then through your documentary, they are able to see what they've been able to do, they've been able to achieve, and also they have taken this responsibility for them.
Yeah.
So I think you have done a very wonderful job.
Thank you.
Thank you so
great.
much.
And what have some of the kids done? You mentioned in the thing, and I missed that part in there.
Okay. So Be Times in Life, the organization that I documented, they actually have expanded since we finished the film, which is great, and they now have what they call an alumni program, where they hire youth that have been through Be Times in Life program, and they hire them to run groups of other young people. So they've become mentors now for youth that are the age that they were in the film. So now they're in their early 20s, because we edited for 4 years.
Hey, I've been through it myself just recently with a documentary.
Yeah. So they're at the age now where they're able to mentor other teenagers, and so 4 out of the 6 that we focused on in the film are actually still doing that. And Be Times in Life is running groups now in Oakland still, San Francisco, San Leandro, so they've really expanded.
Well, thank you very much. Oh, do you have one more?
One more question. You have mentioned before that you're going to be presenting the documentary in another festivals?
No.
Well, you will be presenting it at the
KQED.
Yeah. And then what future plans do you have for the documentary?
Yeah. Well, I've submitted to a few other festivals. Hopefully it'll be accepted. I think having the experience of having it shown here at Nashville is really good for the film, and that possibly it will be able to be shown at other festivals now, because this festival definitely has a good reputation in the independent film world. So I'm looking forward to that. But we do have a contract with KQED, which is public broadcast television in California. It's actually in the Bay Area, but the program that the series that they coordinate, that we've been chosen for, is called Truly California. So they actually market that series to other public TV stations in California. So it's likely that it'll play on other public TV stations, like in Los Angeles, for instance, and places that will have an interest in the film.
Oh, cool.
So, Kerri, we thank you so much for thinking of Nashville and bringing your hip-hop documentary to Music City.
Thank you
Thanks
so
a lot.
much.
Yeah, it's been wonderful meeting you.
Yeah.
Wonderful work. I
Thank
really
you.
enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Inspirational. Okay.